She gained both height and length, and wings. "Kidling!" Tila shouted, not bothering to glance back. "We're good," Kaylin replied. "Moran, I'm fine. The road isn't," the sergeant added, looking down at the blistered, cracked, and shattered stones at their feet. "If you let go of me, will I still be safe?" "Depends. On whether or not Tila's going to do something with that sword other than pose." Mandorin laughed. He was the only one who did. "She's going to have to move fast," he said. "Mandorin, I won't hurt your precious citizens. Well, not all of them, at any rate." Bellasdeo spoke in a lower and fuller voice that was nevertheless distinctly her own. "I'll leave the corporals in charge of apprehending the would-be assassins. Sergeant?" Moran looked at the golden dragon. And she was a golden dragon now, a very large, very imposing one with jaws that were the size of Kaylin. "I assume you haven't ridden bareback dragon before," Bellasdeo said to the sergeant. "There's a first time for everything." "A last time, too," Kaylin muttered. She was still holding on to Moran. Bellasdeo's orange eyes paused over her worried expression, which was clearly reflected in them. "Magic?" Kaylin nodded. "I don't think they've finished yet." "Then get on, and don't let go of Moran until you're seated." Mounting a dragon wasn't exactly a no-handed operation, but Kaylin kept this to herself. She understood exactly why she was going to try her best to obey the command. If it weren't for Kaylin's alert and bristling familiar, Moran would be dead. Kaylin would probably be dead as well if it had come to that. "Has anyone ever tried to assassinate you before?" Bellasdeo asked the Aerian. To Kaylin's surprise, Moran answered, "Yes. Often. No. And before you continue the interrogation," she added, struggling her way into a seated position between spinal ridges along the dragon's back. "Never with magic." "I thought the damn cast court wanted you back," Kaylin said, trying not to sound as outraged as she felt. "Some of them do. Some clearly don't. And both factions are going to cause boatloads of trouble at the office." "Yes. I did warn you." Kaylin snorted. As Bellasdeo pushed off the ground and lifted her wings against the pull of gravity, Kaylin shouted, "You've got nothing on Bellasdeo." "Don't," the dragon rumbled in response. "Make me drop you. You might deserve it, but the sergeant doesn't." The streets directly in front of the main entrance to the halls of law were crowded. They often were. Bellasdeo could have landed in them anyway. The approaching shadow of a very large dragon was more efficient at clearing the streets than a full squad of mounted swords. She chose instead to land in the stable yards, which had the advantage of fewer civilians. There were more horses, and the horses weren't thrilled, but that would quickly become someone else's problem. Kaylin slid off Bellasdeo's back. Moran followed. She was a lot shakier on her legs than Kaylin, but then again, she'd never ridden on something the size of a dragon before, or possibly on anything else either. The small dragon flopped across Kaylin's shoulder, lifted his head and squawked. "We're good to go," Kaylin said. Bellasdeo was reassuming her mortal shape. Given her lack of clothing, she instead donned dragon armor, scales becoming plates that girded the whole of her body. Kaylin knew this included a helm, but Bellasdeo wasn't fond of helms. Her hair was a glorious spill down her back. It matched and softened the rest of the armor. "The Emperor is going to kill me," Kaylin told the dragon glumly. "He wouldn't dare," Bellasdeo said with a quirky smile. "This one wasn't aimed at me." Before Moran could speak, Kaylin turned to her and said, "Don't even think it." "Think what? Helen is the safest place for you to live in Elantra. You're not moving out. There's a reason the Emperor is willing to let Bellasdeo live with us." "I hadn't even considered it," Moran replied. When she saw Kaylin's expression, she added, "It's